I'm from Los Angeles. I've lived in New York since 2003 when I started to go to school at Barna. Do something different in this kind of super like athletic focused world. I did some, like dabbled in some sports, but I always knew I was much more of a creative kind of person. And I like just always would go to vintage shopping every single weekend and go to there's like this place in LA that every Sunday it's like everything in this parking lot's $1. I worked in the school newspaper and started my own magazine at the school newspaper. Art is supposed to be this thing that everyone can partake in and feel and make their own. I'm really interested in public art and the way people interact with space and making it something that is for everyone and is not, for some one distinct entity. Like it is supposed to be something fun and creative and that everyone can enjoy. Yeah, I started writing in college actually. I was writing for Nylon and I interned at Teen Vogue and I was writing for Refinery 29 before kind of they started their blog actually, so it was a lot more
like magazine writing.
Yeah. And then, to see how this kind of going to Teen Vogue and seeing this switch and writing for their blog and editing the blog was really kind of like shifted the way I feel like I understand style and fashion and the possibilities of liking fashion. I think it really transformed a lot for me. And also
your new job.
Working for PR Consulting as their new media specialist, which is a new job for them. So it's a lot of reaching out to blogs and bloggers and telling everyone about what's new, with all the different clients, and also working with Interview Magazine, which they now represent. So it's cool because it's a lot of these really high-end brands finally kind of knowing that they have to get in on the internet and talk to the bloggers because in essence they're the ones that are driving web sales and they're interacting with the clothes on a daily basis, and you can see how one person will wear one bag 8 different ways or 100 different ways actually. So it's really exciting because it's totally new, and I was working at Teen Vogue's website before blogging, so I familiarized myself with a lot of the different bloggers and met a lot of bloggers, which was awesome. It's always interesting to be reading someone's blog for a year and then finally meet them. It's
like who?
Like Tavi, who's awesome, and
what's awesome about her?
She's just totally real. She's the real deal. She is obsessed with clothes and is also just super creative and just interacts with the world in this really amazing creative way that it makes you excited about clothes and excited about the possibility of wearing something in wild and wacky ways.
Upside down, inside out.
Yeah, and
as a hat.
Yeah, when I met her, she had a Barbie in her pocket with its legs up and wearing a dress that almost looked like a flower, and it was in this Miu Miu jacket that she said someone sent her, which is like amazing. And the day before I had seen her and she had like this like little thing on her head that turned out it was like a bag that she had received, and then she and a guitar strap that she sewed together, and it was just like, this is amazing, like that someone has a space to show all these people the way they interact with the world and the way they interact with clothes
and really making style as an art.
Yeah, making it an art and just being so excited about things. And I met her during Fashion Week and she seemed slightly overwhelmed, but she also just seemed so in awe, and it was so refreshing. versus like so many of the jaded people who are just going to show after show after show, who could care less if they're there, and to have someone who's genuinely blown away by what's going on was really inspiring.
And sees it through in totally different eyes.
Yeah, totally different eyes, and who's immediately thinking of ways to make it her own, and not just like whether this look will look good in this editorial, but like how can I
make this completely me and no one else.
Yeah. And
which is kind of the opposite of what's been, the message has been to be exactly like everyone else. To not, to wear the whole look 37.
Yeah. No, it's.
I mean, who dresses like that?
Yeah. But to be able to see it and have it, personalize it in a really exciting way was like, is really cool. And it's really exciting to watch, these bloggers evolve, as they're getting more attention, to see kind of where they go with it, and when their opportunities grow bigger, to see how they're, still interacting with these things just on a larger scale and really exciting ways. And the reach that these bloggers have is unbelievable, and that they can show their style on a day-to-day basis is unbelievable.
Right.
And just, it's like these stories that are like how to wear one look 8 ways. Like they're doing it with their blog, and I think making a case in a lot of ways to buy certain items much more than an editorial can, because they're showing really how to wear these.
People can really grab it.
Yeah. Someone who was interested in magazines because of the idea of bringing things I like together. Like when I was like, I want to have a magazine because I want to be able to curate a selection of things that I'm excited about. I think that is now more empowering than ever with the internet, to instantly tell someone how excited about something you are, and be able to link to it, and people immediately being able to buy it, or people immediately being able to see more, is really cool. In a lot of ways, I am interested in kind of curating thoughts and things I like, and making kind of my own world. And I think that's like, if the internet had existed in the capacity it did when I was younger, blogs changed everything. It was also really cool at Teen Vogue. I met a girl who actually was starting the 9th grade at the high school I went to, and she had started her own blog and her own online magazine. And just to think I had to do all these things to convince my school to give me money to make this magazine, so I could do this, and to do this dream. And it's she's spending probably, I don't think she's spending any money, maybe $10 a year to buy a URL name. And she just made this thing. And it's oh my god, this is beyond this. And
can do anything with it. Video.
Whatever
like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. The hardest thing I think is to probably buy the equipment to have a good camera and a good video camera and all these things. But that's a one-time Hanukkah present.
You can do anything.
Yeah. And now
the future.
It was awesome. Tell someone about my friend's work, and then immediately be able to see their website and see more. And it's awesome.